What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to LTQ Wrestling Podcast. I am BDJ. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying your week. Elimination Chamber is this weekend. One of the big pay-per-views on the road to WrestleMania. We had Royal Rumble, which was meh. Not the greatest Rumble, but it hasn't been for the last few years. But the Elimination Chamber, a lot of WrestleMania implications on the line. Who will walk in as champion? Who will challenge Jade Cargill and Drew McIntyre for those championships at Mania? Maybe it's multiple challengers. We don't know. Unfortunately, we had the Bronson Reed injury. He was supposed to be in the chamber. We'll get into that later. So let's start off with the first match here. AJ Lee against Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Now, look, these are two of the biggest women's stars on the roster. You could argue maybe Rhea Ripley's bigger than both of them. But other than that, I mean, there aren't a lot of women who can draw like Becky Lynch and AJ Lee on paper to a casual fan. Us who watch it every week probably get tired of Becky. We've seen the promos between her and AJ Lee. They have not been good at all, to say the least. A lot of just cringiness to them. Becky just kind of being a little bit too over the top. I know that's what she's trying to do, but it just hasn't clicked with the fans. The fans have just not really been too hyped for this, and I can't really blame them. It's not really been built. AJ Lee's barely been there to build up this. It's just kind of like one of the matches where if you're a casual fan, you see, oh, AJ Lee, who I haven't seen in a decade, against Becky Lynch, one of the biggest, not the biggest recognizable star outside of Rhea Ripley in the business right now. Oh, that sounds great. But then you watch the promos, and you're just like, it just automatically kills your vibe for the match. I mean, it's just one of the things where you're just like, yeah, this is just not it. And for the in-ring work perspective for this match, look, AJ Lee's not Becky Lynch in the ring. She came from an era we all know where wrestling wasn't really focused on. Not that she can't have a solid match. I thought her and that tag team match with CM Punk against Seth Rollins and Becky, she did a solid job. But I'm not going to expect this to be an all-time classic women's match where the crowd's on their feet. It ain't going to be that, but it'll probably be a solid wrestling match. Now, who should win? Obviously, this ain't going to be a one-and-done match. They build it up too much. And to be honest, at this point, I don't really see a bigger name when it comes to name recognition for Becky to face at Mania outside of AJ Lee for the Women's Intercontinental title. Maybe like Io Sky, who knows? But who should win? Now, it would make sense to me to have AJ Lee win. Becky gets a rematch at WrestleMania. Maybe Becky wins the title back, and you have a third and final match. That's the end of the feud. That's how most feuds are done, but it's WWE, so who knows what the heck the plan is for this. I'm going to predict AJ Lee wins this just because, I mean, this is what, her second singles match since she came back. I mean, it would make a lot of sense for her to win this, go into WrestleMania as champion. The fans can kind of get behind her a little bit. Maybe, the promo will improve. And it's been both her and Becky in these promos. It's not like it's a one-sided thing where it's like, okay, this person hasn't been good. It's been both. The chemistry's just been odd, to say the least. So hopefully the match at least is, decent. Again, I'm not expecting a Becky Lynch against Charlotte Flair type match, but I am expecting at least a respectable in-ring performance from both these ladies. And I think they're both capable of doing that, especially Becky. Becky's known for carrying matches. I think she'll, lead the dance, as they say in this match. She'll call out of the spots. AJ Lee hasn't wrestled a lot in the last few years, obviously, so she's not going to be coming in here knowing everything. So I do think this will be a solid match. I think AJ Lee's going to get the win. She'll go into WrestleMania as champion, and then her and Becky can have a second and third match, and we'll go from there if this feud is made for 3 matches, because the way it's gone so far, I don't know if it can last another 2-3 months, but we'll see. It's WWE. So AJ Lee's husband, CM Punk, is defending his WWE World title against Finn Balor. The match on Raw from a month or so ago was very good. I enjoyed it. And mostly this match is happening because CM Punk wants to work with Finn Balor, and you can't blame him. Finn's one of the best in-ring performers in WWE. We'll have to see what happens next for Finn. I do think it's a possibility that, especially after the Raw segment they had, that Dom Mysterio cost him because he had a little bit of attention with Dom saying, I had to do it on my own when you were gone. Why don't you do it on your own next week against Penta? So they're definitely teasing more tension within the Judgment Day. I do think that's going to play a factor in this match. Finn Balor's not winning. I know there's fans out there who are optimists who think, Finn Balor could pull off the upset and beat CM Punk and become WWE World Champion. Let's live in reality. As much as we all would love Finn to have another world title run, right now, it's just not going to happen. Now, I made a video talking about, could Finn be added to the match to make it a triple threat with him, Roman, and Punk? It's a possibility. I'm not saying it's a strong possibility because WWE, I don't think, sees Finn on that same level or even close to that level as Finn and Roman when it comes to main event. Obviously, they don't. I shouldn't even say probably. They don't view him as that. You see how he's been booked. He hasn't won a singles match in, I believe, years before the recently. And it's just the way he's been booked has really hurt Finn. But he is in the WWE World Title match. This is more of a stall match. I think this match is going to be spectacular, like the Raw match when it comes from an in-ring standpoint. I've enjoyed the promos. CM Punk has been carrying him in Roman's match. Roman has barely showed up. So, I mean, I get why some fans are like, oh, why is Finn getting another match? But at the same time, what else is Punk supposed to do right now? He wants to be a fighting champion. He's been defending his championships on Raw. Good for him. I love seeing fighting champions. We don't see it as much anymore, especially in WWE. What else is he supposed to do? Roman shows up once a year. And I'm not even hating on Roman. You do you, but like everybody's like, oh my God, Roman Reigns should be champion again. The problem is he doesn't show up. That's the whole problem. And that's why it's hard to build up. And again, you got over a month to still build this match up. But it's just like, man, you're going to have to really cook when these two are CM Punk and Roman Reigns are around each other because it's just barely going to happen. But anyways, CM Punk and Finn, Finn did an excellent promo on Raw talking about how he's been underestimated and it's been 10 plus years, I think, to he's won a world title and, failure helps you learn more. And obviously I'm paraphrasing, but as I got a notification, Chris Sale and the Braves agree on an extension. But anyways, back to wrestling. So Finn, I think, will face Dom at WrestleMania. That's been something I've been saying for a while. I think that's where the chips are going to fall for him. And then CM Punk could face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. And this is the perfect time to set that up. You have Dom come out, accidentally cost Finn the match. That's a third feud. JD gets in the middle of it. I mean, they've been teasing it for so long. I think now's the time to pull the trigger. Dom doesn't have a set match for Mania anyways. I don't really know who else he could really face right now. So I do think that makes the most sense. Do Dom and Finn, CM Punk and Roman. Punk retains the title here, and then it's off to WrestleMania. I don't really see many other options here. So we have the Women's Elimination Chamber, Alexa Bliss, Raquel Rodriguez, Rhea Ripley, Asuka, Kiana James, and Tiffany Stratton. Now, this is an interesting lineup because I can't really say with, some certainty who is going to win this. I haven't heard a lot of rumors. I've heard maybe Charlotte, she's not in this match now. There's some wild cards in this. Now, Tiffany Stratton's definitely, I think, the favorite. Rhea Ripley could win this. She's always in the hunt for that. Asuka, I don't really see. Kiana James, this is more like she's basically the Javon Evans of this match, where it's like somebody new getting in this match to see what they can do with main event talent, which I'm not mad at all. I really love when they do swerves, especially her and Javon both winning. Raquel Rodriguez is interesting, but she doesn't make sense to face Jade Cargill. So she's more in this match just to have another powerhouse in there. So who wins this Women's Elimination Chamber in this very interesting match? Now, personally, I would love to see Alexa Bliss win. I thought Alexa Bliss was great when she was women's champion years ago. They haven't really seen her in that same light, but her and Charlotte as a tag team is really cooked. Rhea Ripley, her against Jade would be interesting. Two powerhouses. Maybe they go with her since Belair can't go. It's interesting because Bianca Belair not being able to compete at WrestleMania, I think, really threw a wrench in what WWE had planned because they were going to do her and Jade, obviously, and now they've kind of had to change course here. Ticket sales have been great. They've been changing a lot of the plans. This is tough for me to predict, y'all. I'm not going to lie. Like, I've thought long and hard about this. Like, who do I see winning this? I would say the three favorites are Bliss, Rhea, and Tiffany. But who is number one? We got Jade Cargill. Who would have a good match against Jade Cargill? You got to have somebody who can carry her a little bit because Jade's not the best in-ring performer. Tiffany and her had some okay matches. They weren't really anything to write home about. Rhea Ripley, they trust. Obviously, she's been in tons of main events. And Alexa Bliss has had a lot of history and, with that championship. So, man, this is tough. I'm going to go Tiffany Stratton. I think they're going to go with Tiffy. She just came back. Even though I want Bliss to win, I don't see it happening. I think her and Charlotte are going to do something together at Mania. But I do think Kiana James is going to have a strong performance. She's really performed well lately. Asuka's always great. Asuka, I don't really know if WWE sees her as a main event star anymore, unfortunately. She's at, this Kabuki Warrior team just kind of is what it is. So I'm going to go Tiffany, but it would not surprise me if WWE went with Rhea Ripley or Alexa Bliss, especially Rhea because she's the safe option. And Triple H loves going with his safe options. We've seen it with Roman Reigns in the Rumble. So I'm going to go Tiffany Stratton gets the win here. I think this is going to be a fun chamber. There's a lot of different styles in this. You got Bliss, who can use a little bit of the high flying. On the smaller side, you got Raquel and Rhea, who could be the powerhouses. Asuka could be that technician. Kiana James, who's athletic and can showcase a little bit. And then Tiffany Stratton, who's athletic as well. So you got a good mix of styles. And I think this match will be pretty good. So the main evento, as Tears always likes to say, the Men's Elimination Chamber. Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, Trick Williams, LA Knight, Javon Evans, and Jey Uso, who got in because Bronson Reed got hurt, which is unfortunate. I'll be talking about that in the YouTube short. I probably uploaded that before this. So, I think we all know who's going to win this. And I've heard different rumors about stuff WWE's planning. Maybe they're doing a 5-pack, a 6-pack challenge potentially. But I think Cody's going to win this. I don't really see anybody else winning. Javon Evans is obviously in this to showcase. Randy Orton's a good vet to have around. Trick, another younger guy, at least the main roster, who's going to get to prove himself in a main event match. So I'm not mad at that. Jey Uso, he's kind of just in it just to be in it, kind of be the hype guy. And LA Knight, listen, fans have a lot of hope for LA Knight, but it's just not going to happen at this point. I know there's optimists out there who say, oh, LA Knight could win the chamber. I don't see it. But will this match be good? I think so. Again, you got different styles. You got Cody, Randy, Trick's the powerhouse of the match. Jay's more the hype man. Javon's the high flyer. LA Knight's, again, another guy who can get him hyped. So, I think this will be a solid main event. I'm not expecting to be the greatest Elimination Chamber ever, but you never know. Maybe it'll surprise me. I do think this Elimination Chamber is going to be interesting, but we'll have to see. So I'm going to go with Cody Rhodes in this. I just don't see anybody else winning. I just don't. Cody and Drew and whoever else they add is kind of the plan. So unless they swerve it and have Randy win, but Cody still gets added to the match, which would kind of make this match pointless, maybe they do something like that. But other than that, that's all I see. So let me know what you guys think about my predictions down below. What are your predictions for WWE Elimination Chamber? Do you agree with mine? Do you have different ones? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to like and subscribe for more wrestling content. As always, appreciate the support. Peace.